My girlfriend removed me from her bio because being linked to me didn't fit her image anymore. I said, cool. That night, I removed her from my insurance plan because covering her didn't fit mine. She called me furious when the pharmacy refused her refill, but she stopped mid-sentence when she saw the name listed as her emergency contact now. I'm Marcus, 31, and 2 months ago, I learned that when someone treats you like an accessory they can remove when convenient, you should return the favor with interest. My girlfriend Vanessa and I had been together for 2.5 years. We met at a friend's birthday party, hit it off immediately, and started dating within a couple weeks. For the first 1.5 years, things were solid. We had our routines, our inside jokes, our plans for the future. I work as a financial analyst for a decent firm, make good money, nothing extraordinary but comfortable. Vanessa worked in social media marketing for a startup, always focused on building her personal brand. Around month 18, things started shifting. Vanessa became obsessed with her Instagram following, her aesthetic, her online presence. Every meal had to be photographed. Every outing needed to look perfect. She started going to networking events 3 or 4 times a week, always dressed impeccably, always on. I supported it at first. I thought she was ambitious and driven. Then she started making comments. Marcus, can you not wear that shirt when we go out? Maybe stand a bit further back in this photo. I'm tagging the venue but not you. It looks cleaner that way. Small things, but they accumulated. 3 months ago, I noticed she'd removed me from her Instagram bio. We'd had 2 hearts at Marcus in there for over a year, along with her job title and some inspirational quote. Now it was just her professional stuff and the quote. I didn't mention it immediately, figured maybe she was rebranding or something. 2 weeks later, I brought it up casually over dinner at her place. Hey, I noticed you took me out of your bio. She didn't even look up from her phone. Oh yeah, I'm trying to keep things more professional. Being linked to someone doesn't fit my image anymore. I set down my fork. Your image. You know what I mean. I'm trying to build credibility in my industry. Having relationship stuff in my bio makes me look less serious. But you still post about brunches with your friends, and your workout routine, and your skincare routine. That's different. That's lifestyle content. That's part of my brand. And I'm not. She finally looked up, annoyed. Marcus, don't make this a thing. It's just social media. It doesn't mean anything about us. Then why does your brand include everything except me? Because I need people to take me seriously as a professional, not just see me as someone's girlfriend. I felt something cold settle in my chest. Cool. Cool. That's it. Yeah. Your profile, your choice. She seemed satisfied with that response and went back to her phone. I finished dinner in silence, mind already working. Here's the thing about our relationship that Vanessa seemed to have forgotten. I'd added her to my health insurance plan 18 months ago when her startup couldn't offer benefits. She had a chronic condition that required daily medication, nothing life-threatening, but expensive without insurance. We're talking $600 a month out of pocket. With my insurance, her copay was $15. I'd also listed her as my emergency contact at work, at my doctor's office, on my apartment lease, everywhere. She'd done the same with me. We were woven into each other's practical lives, even if she didn't want me in her digital one. That night, after I left her place, I pulled up my insurance company's app. They had an open enrollment exception for qualifying life events, and relationship status changes counted. I filled out the form to remove her, effective immediately. Takes 24 to 48 hours to process. Then I updated my emergency contacts everywhere. Removed Vanessa, added my brother Chris. Took about 30 minutes total. I didn't tell her. Didn't mention it. Just waited. Update 1. The pharmacy incident happened 5 days later on a Wednesday evening. I was at the gym when my phone started blowing up. 7 calls from Vanessa in 10 minutes. I let them all go to voicemail, finished my workout, showered, then listened to the messages in my car. First message, 6:47 p.m. Marcus, call me. The pharmacy is saying I'm not covered. There must be some mistake. Second message, 6:52 p.m. Marcus, seriously, I need my prescription. Can you call the insurance company? This is ridiculous. Third message, 6:58 p.m. Why aren't you answering? I'm at the pharmacy, and they're saying I was removed from your plan. That can't be right. Call me now. I called her back at 7:15 p.m. She answered on the first ring. What the hell, Marcus? The pharmacy says I'm not on your insurance anymore. Yeah, I removed you. Silence. Then, you what? I removed you from my insurance plan. Didn't fit my coverage needs anymore. You can't just do that. Actually, I can. It's my plan. You were listed as a domestic partner dependent. I removed you. When? Last week. Right after you explained that being linked to me didn't fit your image. That was about social media. And this is about insurance. Different platforms, same principle. You curate your brand. I curate my benefits. Marcus, this isn't funny. I need that medication. You can get it. It'll just cost you $600 instead of $15. Or you can look into getting your own insurance through the marketplace. Open enrollment's coming up. I can't afford $600 a month. Then maybe you should have thought about that before deciding I didn't fit your image. This is petty, is it? You made a calculated decision that publicly acknowledging my existence hurt your brand. I made a calculated decision that financially supporting someone who doesn't want to acknowledge my existence hurt my budget. Seems fair to me. She started to say something, then stopped. Wait, what else did you change? What do you mean? You said you updated your coverage needs. What else? Oh, I updated my emergency contacts too. Removed you, added my brother. Why would you? She stopped again. I could hear her breathing change. Marcus, who did I have listed as my emergency contact? No idea. Probably your mom or sister. No, I had you listed everywhere. Work, doctor, dentist, everywhere. Huh. Weird coincidence. Did you update my emergency contacts? How would I do that? Those are your accounts. But you have my passwords. Had. I deleted those from my password manager too. Figured you could handle your own security. Part of building your independent image, right? Another long silence. Then, Marcus, this is crazy. Over an Instagram bio. It's not about the bio, Vanessa. It's about what the bio represented. You actively chose to remove evidence of me from your life because I didn't fit the image you wanted to project. So I'm doing the same thing, just in ways that actually matter. Relationships are more important than social media. Exactly. So why did you prioritize your social media image over our relationship? She didn't have an answer for that. I have to go, I said. Good luck with the pharmacy. I hung up. She called back immediately. I declined. She called 6 more times over the next hour. I declined all of them. Around 9 p.m., I got a text. Can we please talk about this in person? Me, why? So you can explain again how being associated with me damages your brand? I heard you the first time. Her. I didn't mean it like that. Me? Yeah, you did. You meant exactly that. And now you're dealing with the consequences. Her. So what? We're broken up now. Me? I don't know. Are we? Does being in a relationship with me fit your image or not? She didn't respond to that for 2 hours. Then, I want to talk tomorrow. Face to face. Me? I'll think about it. I didn't think about it. I was done. Update 2. She showed up at my apartment the next evening unannounced. I saw her through the peephole, considered not answering, but decided to get this over with. I opened the door. She looked terrible. Red eyes, no makeup, wearing sweatpants and a hoodie. This was the most unbranded I'd seen her in months. Can I come in? Not really a good time. Marcus, please. We need to talk. About what? About how you removed me from your bio because I didn't fit your aesthetic? Or about how you're only here now because you need insurance coverage? I'm here because I made a mistake. What mistake exactly? I shouldn't have removed you from my bio. I was being shallow and stupid. Why did you do it? She looked down. There's this guy at work. Troy. He's a senior director, really connected in the industry. He's been mentoring me, introducing me to people. He made a comment about my Instagram. Said I'd be taken more seriously if my profile looked more professional. I thought he meant removing relationship stuff. Did he suggest removing me specifically? Not directly. But he said something about how relationship posts can make women in business seem less focused. And you listened to him. I was trying to make a good impression. He has the connections I need to advance my career. By pretending I don't exist. I wasn't pretending you don't exist. I just wasn't advertising our relationship publicly. Vanessa, you posted about your sister's baby shower last week. You tagged your friends in brunch photos. You showed your workout routine at the gym. The only thing you removed from your public image was me. That's not professional branding. That's erasure. I know. I know that now. I was wrong. So put me back in your bio. She hesitated. Actually hesitated. See, there it is, I said. You're not actually sorry. You're just sorry about the consequences. That's not fair, isn't it? You came here because you need insurance, not because you value our relationship. If the pharmacy had given you the medication without issue, would you be here? She couldn't answer that honestly, so she didn't answer at all. I think you should go, I said. Marcus, please. Let's just talk this through. I'll put you back in my bio right now, see? She pulled out her phone, started typing. There. Done. At Marcus with a heart emoji. I don't want to be in your bio as a condition of you getting insurance coverage. I want to be in your life because you actually want me there. I do want you there. No, you want my benefits there. There's a difference. You're being unreasonable. Am I? Because here's the thing, Vanessa. While you were curating your brand and making sure I didn't damage your image, I was the one making sure you had healthcare. Making sure you could afford your medication. Being your safety net while you climbed your ladder. And the moment you decided I didn't fit your aesthetic, you forgot all of that. I didn't forget. You did. You absolutely did. And now that you remember, it's only because you need something from me. So what are you saying? We're done. I'm saying I'm not interested in being someone's hidden support system. If you can't acknowledge me when it's convenient, you don't get to rely on me when it's necessary. That's not how relationships work. You're right. In a real relationship, both people support each other publicly and privately. You wanted to keep me private. Scratch that. You wanted to keep me secret. So now you get to experience what it's like when that support disappears entirely. She started crying. Marcus, I'm sorry. I really am. I made a stupid mistake. Can we please just fix this? Fix what? The insurance? Or the relationship? Both. The insurance is easy. Get your own plan. The relationship? I don't know if that's fixable. What do you mean you don't know? I mean, I've spent the last week thinking about everything. How you've been treating me like an accessory you can put on or take off depending on the situation. How every time we go out, you're more worried about how things look than how they feel. How I've become something you're embarrassed by instead of something you're proud of. I'm not embarrassed by you. Then why am I not in your image? Why don't I fit your brand? Those are your words, Vanessa, not mine. She didn't have an answer. We stood there in my doorway, her crying, me just tired. I think you should go, I said again. Figure out your insurance situation. Figure out what you actually want. But do it without expecting me to be your safety net. Marcus. Good night, Vanessa. I closed the door. She stood outside for a few more minutes. I could see her shadow under the door, then finally left. Final update. That was 2 months ago. Vanessa and I officially broke up a week after that conversation. She tried to reconcile a few more times, even showed up at my gym once, but I held firm. She eventually got insurance through the healthcare marketplace, though I heard through mutual friends it's costing her nearly $400 a month with a high deductible. The interesting part came about 3 weeks after our breakup. Her mentor Troy, the senior director who'd suggested she look more professional, left his wife and started dating Vanessa. It became clear pretty quickly that his advice about her image was really just him trying to determine if she was available. They dated for about a month before she realized he was doing the exact same thing to her that she'd done to me. He didn't post about her on social media, didn't introduce her to his friends, kept her separate from his professional life. When she confronted him about it, he told her that dating someone younger and less established didn't fit his image. She reached out to me after that ended. Long text about how she finally understood what she'd done, how sorry she was, how she'd been a hypocrite. I didn't respond. Some lessons people need to learn the hard way. I'm doing fine. Better than fine, actually. I'm dating someone new, a woman named Claire who works as a teacher. She posted a photo of us on our 3rd date with a caption about how excited she was to see where things go. No image concerns, no brand management, just genuine enthusiasm about being with someone. My brother Chris, who's now my emergency contact, thinks the whole insurance thing was petty. You really went nuclear over a social media bio, he said. It wasn't about the bio, I told him. It was about respect. She had no problem taking my benefits while pretending I didn't exist. I just made the invisible visible. Fair enough, he said. But man, the pharmacy timing was brutal. She picked the timing when she decided I didn't fit her image. I just controlled the consequences. Last I heard, Vanessa's working at a different company now. Troy's been demoted after HR received multiple complaints about inappropriate relationships with subordinates. And Vanessa's Instagram bio is now private and says nothing except her new job title. No relationship emoji. No tags. No lifestyle content. Just professional information. Funny how things work out. Edit. A lot of people are asking if removing her from insurance was legal. Yes, completely legal. Domestic partner coverage can be modified during open enrollment or after a qualifying life event, which includes relationship status changes. I followed all proper procedures, and she had 30 days to find alternative coverage before losing access, which is standard. Edit 2. For those saying I should have just talked to her instead of going nuclear, I did talk to her. When I asked about the bio removal, she dismissed my concerns and made it clear that my presence didn't fit her image. That was the conversation. She made her choice. I responded to that choice. Sometimes people don't take you seriously until there are consequences.